Due to the extreme danger, wilderness experts were present off camera to provide survival and emergency aid. Alaska, beautiful, wild, dangerous. 4 groups of people have volunteered to try and survive 3 months in this remote and hostile wilderness. The Arctic winters set in, and the time to prepare has long passed. The hardships now force everyone to look deep inside themselves for the strength to go on.
One of the things my dad and I sat down and chatted about very seriously was what happens if Dad gets really sick, what happens if Dad dies.
At Hawkins Glacier, 2 groups struggled to survive on food meant for 1.
It was a suicide mission to come here. We got lucky. No, we did. We got lucky.
And Dennis has a frightening brush with his own mortality.
Something I have to tell you.
4 groups, 3 months in the wilderness. Welcome to the Alaska experiment. Alaska's gone into a deep freeze, and they're really feeling it in the remote Chitna Valley. With the sun setting in the afternoon, temperatures here rarely climb out of the 20s. Up on Hawkins Glacier, Greg and Bernice Pearson are now sharing their tiny cabin and everything in it with the trio from Flower Lake. Tim Wagner and his friends Alan O'Haro and Jasmine Kung set out 7 days ago. They hiked 40 miles over some of Alaska's most formidable terrain to get here. They almost didn't make it.
Greg! This is by far the toughest terrain I've ever encountered. It is just crushing me.
15 people in the world ever made that hike. It's incredible.
It's definitely a one-way trip.
Yeah.
Their plan was to hike in and after a few days, travel back to their cabin at Flower Lake.
I'm probably gonna have to make crutches out of my walking stick. Turns out I've had a sprained ankle for a few days, and I just didn't know it. It's swollen and it hurts.
Beaten down by the hike and out of food, they set up camp to recuperate. But that means sleeping in a tent and enduring the glacier's frigid nighttime temperatures. It's not the best option, but it sounds better than trekking back to Flower Lake.
The moraine is impossible for us to cross again. It's just the fear factors there now, the dangers are there that we weren't aware of. I mean, and I'll tell you the truth, traveling up that moraine is 10 times easier than traveling down.
Well, it's a suicide mission. It was a suicide mission to come here. We got lucky.
You know they went through hell to get here, but we don't really know these people. And, you know, here they are on our doorstep, you know, and looking like they're in bad shape. You know, it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
We don't want to be an inconvenience. We will definitely be willing to haul your water and cook your food.
But the cabin's hardly big enough for Greg and Bernice, much less the 5 of them. And then there's the question of food. The Flower Lake group arrived with next to nothing.
Before you guys got here, we've been eating just 2 meals a day.
It's kind of a catch-22, you know. I felt a deep sense of imposition on Greg and Bernice that I was asking them to share the last of their cash, their food cash, in the middle of the winter with no chance of a resupply.
Greg and Bernice put away just enough for them to survive the coming weeks. 3 more people to feed may be too much. As the sun sets, the temperature at Hawkins Glacier plunges well below 0. The 2 groups take some time to get to know one another.
Hello.
That's fire.
Woo!
Damn. Ho-ho.
I am man, I build fire.
Quest for fire.
I am woman. I tell men to build fire. I felt good for everyone to just sit down together as a group. There's 5 of us huddling around a fire, trying to keep warm. It was a gigantic slumber party. It was so fun.
I feel like this is the first bonfire I've had in this kind of temperature.
Huh?
-degree temperatures and we're having a bonfire.
This place is like an extreme contrast to Flower Lake. They're like 2 totally opposite ends of the spectrum.
Although I have to say this place is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
In a weird way, though. It's like beautiful the way a desert is beautiful.
It's harshly
Yeah, exactly.
Our eating pattern changed when the sun came out less. We only eat twice a day now, and I think a lot of it is that, you know, by 6 p.m. it's so dark.
Have you guys seen anything spooky while you've been here?
We're not allowed to talk about that.
You're like that, Bernice? You get easily scared?
Oh, I am a chicken. I am a fraidy cat.
That was our initial joke. We're going to sneak up on
I'd
your
be packed
cabin.
up, ready to go on the marine. Sorry, Greg, you gotta go. Bye, Bernice.
If you guys would have done that at night, the welcome would not have been. You would not be sitting with us.
We were gonna be scratching at your windows.
We're just kidding.
You know, there's enough things here to be afraid of. Freezing to death, bears, wolves. I don't need to be worried about ghosts as well.
Do you guys all feel that this place is spooky? Because I think it's really happy.
Good.
"90 miles away at Icy Bay, the Wises are sitting down for a Thanksgiving meal.
Okay. You guys start dishing everything out.
Let's wait until let's say grace first.
Well, why don't we dish everything so that it's set, say grace.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're just gonna have to stand back up to dish everything.
They've cooked up an extra ration of potatoes, beans, and salmon for their holiday meal.
Normally for Thanksgiving, we go to my grandparents' house and we all sit around and talk. So it's a little bit of a transition, you know, to staying in the cabin and only having my dad and my sister. Carolyn, you could be doing hash while I'm doing potatoes.
Yeah, I could.
You could. Are we gonna have enough space for everything on the plates?
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving normally back home. I'm kind of missing it today. I really wish I was home to see my family, to talk to my friends. I love my dad and my sister completely, but sometimes it kind of does get annoying without, you know, having other people to talk to.
Nobody take any more gravy because once I finish off some of the beans and salmon hash, I'm going back in for more.
So am I.
Well, you've already got twice the amount of mine, so I go first.
It feels kind of like it's been a prison sentence up here. It's Alaska. There's no one else here, no outside anything. We're stuck here.
Oh, good Lord, I'm gonna get fat when I go home.
What's gonna happen when I weigh less than you?
Well, you've still got 15 pounds to go, and I'm not gaining.
And you're shorter than she is, so.
Yeah.
How about dessert?
Okay. But I have to finish my water before I can have my coffee.
Did you sugar it?
No, you told me not to sugar it.
Okay.
In Alaska, our interactions have changed. The past month, I would say, we have become like a well-tuned machine, you know, like the Thanksgiving dinner. I'm quite proud of them.
What a freaking piggy.
Oh, I feel better now, thank you.
7 miles inside the bay, Jeff Frederick and his girlfriend Elizabeth Widmeyer celebrate by finally breaking into their store of preserved salmon.
All right. I am opening up our first can of fish.
Is there a date on it? We actually haven't had salmon in a long time, and this is the first can of salmon that we've opened since we canned them over a month ago. Don't bother with the bones.
Really?
Yep. Canning process makes them extremely soft.
Of all the groups, Jeff and Elizabeth have the least reason to give thanks.
This is probably the most authentic Thanksgiving we've ever had.
The wilderness has been cruel.
Until now, we've made do with the clams that we've been able to harvest from the bay and what little fresh fish we were able to catch after the salmon run.
Even so, the couple's going to celebrate the fact they've made it this far.
Closest to the food that Pilgrims had, you know?
Oh.
Potatoes, fish.
Very frontier. This is food that we've harvested with our own 2 hands, so not only are we extra appreciative of the food that we did catch, it makes us a little more appreciative of everything else that we have. Look at that thing. Meatloaf.
7 meatloaves. I know Thanksgiving's a big holiday in your book.
My mom usually makes pies from the moment she wakes up until dinner time. I've always been close with my family, my brothers, my parents, always. But I think this is the first time where I've really actively just missed sitting around and chatting, you know?
This looks good. Oh, it's good.
Wow.
Right?
Oof. Are you kidding? Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Not long after their holiday feast, Jeff receives unexpected word from the outside world. Producers from the Alaska experiment tell Jeff his father's gravely ill. They give him a satellite phone to call home.
Hello, Mom? Yes. Go ahead, go ahead. Is that good or bad?
Back up at Hawkins Glacier, the situation's taken a sudden turn for the worse. The unexpected addition of Tim, Alan, and Jasmine has drained Greg and Bernice's stock of food, water, and firewood. No one knows better how dangerous this can be than their mentor, survival expert Paul Claus.
What happens is a snowball effect. If you aren't able to get wood to keep your shelter warm because you don't have enough energy, because you don't have enough food, and you can't get water, you know, things spiral down fairly rapidly.
It's got Greg and Bernice worried. With so many people inside the cabin, they're seeing the effect on the limited food stores and their living space.
Now that we have 5 people here, our food's running out, our water's running out, and we need more firewood. You know, I am finishing this experiment. I came here for a challenge, and I've been challenged to the nines. The only thing is that I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. I don't know if they have the strength or energy to get back.
Are you ready to do the inventory of our food?
Yes, Hawkins with an I, right?
Yes.
Jasmine and Bernice had portioned out our food.
You guys are gonna have to kind of
Oh yeah, no, we'll
figure out how much you're going through.
Well, we only have 2 sets. Half a bag of Ziploc oatmeal, and then now it's probably 5 pounds.
Yeah.
5 pounds probably.
The food inventory's got them all concerned. The few bags of beans, rice, and flours, barely enough for 2 people to last the coming weeks, and definitely not enough for 5.
Yeah, protein is the key to being able to function to your top performance level. If you're low on the protein end, you're not going to be able to perform. You're not going to be able to go out and do hard exercise, chopping wood, covering distances you may have to cover. And so yeah, it's real critical. It's a key to survival.
We realized that we need to get more food. So Tim and I went hunting, and we need to find birds or squirrels or whatever we can find, rabbits. The bottom line is we need to get more protein, and you know, Tim's out here helping me.
This time of year, even birds and small game are scarce.
I feel like Tim and I, we have kind of a special connection. You know, our goat hunt and everything that we've experienced, we've experienced a lot of the same things. I think we have a bond, if you will.
They're after ptarmigan, an Arctic grouse that weighs about a pound.
We're not the kind of people who are just going to go and sponge off. Greg and Bernice, we've all talked about hunting to extend our stay, and if we can hunt and actually kill some game, that'll definitely extend our stay.
We haven't seen any sign of ptarmigan yet.
No, we need to find the bushes.
Yeah. So they hang out in these little areas of bushes rather than the thick bushes?
It's all white snow, and they're pure white birds, so it's going to be tough to see them. Paul actually said what'll happen is you'll be walking, and you want to look for their tracks, and then once you find their tracks, all of a sudden you'll walk up on them, and there'll be like 30 or 40 together, and then they'll just fly off, you know. But he said you'll have plenty of time to shoot them, but seeing them in this white snow is going to be really hard. And they actually look delicious. I wouldn't mind trying them, to be honest with you.
Here we go.
If I had to survive by hunting, I could definitely do it. But it's not something I really enjoy doing.
They search the snow cover looking for signs of the small bird.
Ptarmigan tracks, they get all kind of crazy here. You can see the wings in the snow. Where he set and took off, they must have hurt us. So they're here. Just got to find them. When Tim and I went out hunting, it was a little frustrating, you know, because before I felt like even though I'd go hunting, it was for Bernice and I, and I knew that we had enough food. But now I know that we don't have enough food, and so we really do need to get something.
What do you think?
I think I don't see anything.
See a lot of snow.
A lot of snow.
Nothing. Everyone's got to tighten their belts and hope for another chance in the coming days.
It's getting down to the wire. Our food source is getting low, and I'm getting a little scared.
Back down at Icy Bay, Jeff's still on the satellite phone. He's talking to family about his gravely ill father.
Go ahead, go ahead. Is that good or bad? My dad has lung cancer and bladder cancer, and as the weeks and months have rolled on, it seems as though the cancer has advanced a bit, and there have been a number of complications associated with advancing cancer. No, not too bad. How are you doing?
His father's gotten worse, and the family's afraid the end may be near.
All right. They will, yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye-bye. He's in intensive care, and you know, every day is a fight. She said, you know, there are good days and bad days. There are good hours and bad hours. He's not good, but he's improving. Whatever that means. If he's got pneumonia, you know, I mean, that's not easy to come back from when you're healthy. One of the things my dad and I sat down and chatted about very seriously was, you know, what happens if Dad gets really sick? What happens if Dad dies? He was pretty adamant that we not, you know, come running home if he should get ill. I mean, you sit down and you look at someone who's living and well, and you can make all kinds of promises to them. But then when they do get sick, all of those intellectual decisions go flying out the window, and you start making decisions with your heart. So it's very hard to stick with a decision that was made back then.
But a decision needs to be made. With only a few weeks remaining in the Alaska experiment, Dennis Wise has a frightening brush with his own mortality.
Ladies, there's something I have to tell you. I found a lump on one of my testicles. This morning, as I was bathing myself, I found a lump on one of my testicles. It concerned me gravely. You know, we're out here in the wilderness. There's all kind of things that can go wrong. If you let things go too long, it can be of grave consequence.
The news scares his daughters.
My immediate reaction was just kind of shocked, like, this is not happening up here, you know? He has had cancer before, and there is a lot of history of cancer in our families, so worrying about that is definitely on my mind right now.
The discoveries laid bare just how isolated they are.
When you find something like that, you know, the only thing that my mind immediately goes to is cancer. My mind just kind of froze up. You know, thinking if he needs to get out of here, how's it going to happen, or how's he going to see a doctor?
So we do is we can contact some medical and get some advice. Testicular cancer is very quick-moving, possibly fatal. And if this did turn out to be something, I would walk away. It's not worth sticking it out for the experience of the Alaska experiment, just because to stay out here an extra amount of time might cut my chance of recovery down.
Back up on Hawkins Glacier, Tim, Alan, and Jasmine are still wrestling with the question of whether they'll hike back to Flower Lake.
You ready for a little hike?
Absolutely.
But until there's an answer, they'll need food, water, and wood. And they'll need it now.
I can't believe Greg and Bernice have been living in this almost like a desert wasteland.
At a minimum, they'll need 5 gallons of water a day to survive. Not an easy order in this frozen environment.
Cut your face.
Yeah, that's why I tell you they're dangerous.
Yeah, let me take some swings at it.
Be careful.
A lot of work for one little piece of ice, huh?
You know, you have to chop ice and then melt it, which is difficult, but that's even relatively easy compared to heading down the same path with a 50 to 100 pounds of ice on your back.
Later, Tim and Greg collect more firewood to melt the ice.
Forgot what it was like to do hard labor.
See that one? He'll pull right down.
Okay. I don't think so, not by my power. Oh my gosh. Greg obviously has this down to an art form already.
It's kind of nice having another man around, actually. Because Bernice works hard, but, you know, there's almost physically she can do with the heavy lifting. It's nice to have another man's hands around, you know, help carry the lumber and stuff.
My legs are still spent from that hike end. Oh, shoot.
Even with a badly sprained ankle, Jasmine pitches in.
Today's my first day really walking on my ankle, and I'm trying to be better about paying attention to what my body's telling me.
Alan takes matters into his own hands and splits off from the group, heading up the hillside behind the cabin.
I require a certain amount of alone time. I'm a bit more of a lone wolf than I am really a team member. So this was a bit of a challenge for me from the beginning. I'm fairly independent, just the way I was born.
With their food supplies critically low, Alan searches the area for anything that might be edible. Beneath a drift of ice and snow, he finds some blueberries. While they don't have much protein, it's food. And right now, with 5 mouths to feed, that's all that matters. Back down at Icy Bay, Jeff and Elizabeth have made their decision.
I mean, I know we sat down and talked about it before. And everyone was sure what the right thing was to do, but I'm not so sure anymore. Before going to Alaska for 3 months, my mom and my dad and I sat down and chatted about very seriously what happens if Dad gets really sick. And so we had a rather frank, kind of sober conversation. And my father, he was pretty adamant that we not, come running home if he should get seriously ill.
We have 11 days left, and those are 11 days that could be a great 11 days enjoying your father. I don't see what we'd get out of staying.
Something did happen, right? Regret it forever. How long are we going to regret not having 11 more days here? What have we got to prove?
I love Alaska. This place is incredible. Can't get over how wild it is, how rugged it is.
It's been one of the most incredible experiences of my life. But we made an emotional decision to leave early. Makes a ton of sense, of course.
With Jeff's father in the hospital, the couple decides to make an early exit from the Alaska experiment and head home so Jeff can be with his dad.
I don't need to tell you that I'm sorry, do I? Yeah, I know.
It's the right call.
Up on Hawkins Glacier, 5 people have been sharing this tiny cabin. There's no privacy, and Greg and Bernice need a break. They head out to hike down the glacier to be alone.
Bernice and I went on our walk. We talked about what we're going to do with this new group with us. If we want them to stay, if we both want them to stay.
It's just a matter of how long they're going to be here because our resources are not very good right now.
I can't imagine them staying the whole time. I mean, leaving their cabin, like that.
Wow, that was so cool.
Wow. It's like the ocean froze, like the waves, How cool is this?
Woo! Hello!
It looks like places where we've gone to see concerts, and it just looks like a huge stadium, and it's all freaking ice.
I wonder how far back it goes.
I would do it. I'd go back. I'd climb that and go in there.
Yeah.
We were excited about a glacier hike. At the same point, I was really nervous about it because, some of those places were just slick ice, and you hit them, and you're down in the crevasse, and I don't think there's any way to get you out. Some of them were deep, and, you go in there, and you're pretty much, you're in, and you become part of the ice sculpture. So it's kind of scary. It was kind of got smaller and smaller as we went down. I'm not claustrophobic, but if someone was, there would be no way they can go down somewhere like that. Oh, look at these sculptures.
Wow, this is crazy.
And it's a live thing. I mean, it could fall and break and crush us at any time. And so we're taking a chance just going inside that cage. Try not to roll the rocks.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at back up there.
Never thought we'd be inside it.
We're in the glacier, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome sculptures of ice. Really cool. Oh, man, it goes way back there. We got down there a little further, and I kind of leaned back a little bit. My head barely touched this pretty good chunk of ice, and it fell.
Oh, Greg, you okay? If something happened to one of us, it would have been really bad because there's no safety around.
Not for the weak of heart. Definitely a lot of danger in there, and you really got to be, you know, on your toes. That's pretty gnarly, man.
We've been wanting to venture out there, but it's too scary for us to go alone. We won't go alone again.
God, you know, that thing could have smashed me in the head.
Down at Icy Bay, Jeff and Elizabeth are packing up, preparing to leave so they can be with Jeff's gravely ill father.
Time to pack up.
Yeah. I don't even know how to start.
I guess we should figure out what we're gonna wear out of here, right? And then just pack everything else.
I guess. Start by taking everything off the line. We're packing up our stuff, and it's really a lot of mixed feelings. I can't wait to get home. At the same time, I love it here. You know, we're unmaking the little home that we made, and we're gonna walk away from it, and it'll never be the same.
Though it's coming to an early end, the couple's time in the wilderness has had an obvious effect. Jeff's dropped close to 20 pounds, Elizabeth 15. But more importantly, they've each shed a lot of mental baggage.
We were a little apprehensive coming out here, weren't we? It just didn't hit us until the plane ride. Remember that feeling? Like we were all gangbusters, and then we got into the plane and started flying over like the Bagley ice field, seeing how huge everything was. We didn't know what the shelter was gonna be.
Yeah.
You know, remember, there were a lot of unknowns. What were we thinking? Elizabeth and I had a lot of concerns. We knew very little about the turf that we were going to be working on, but we trusted in the fact that we were creative and healthy and that we were just going to do our best with whatever we had and make the best of the situation. And it worked out pretty well for us. It's funny, I mean, there are so many things you think about out here that you do for no other reason but pure necessity. You know, food, water, wood. And so much of what we do back in the world is for reasons I'm not even sure of.
Yeah.
You know?
When I was laying in bed last night, I was thinking how complicated everything is back there. Like, everything is made to be simpler. But this life, even though we have to do everything in order to get somewhere,
seems supremely
feels
simpler,
so
doesn't it?
much simpler. There are so many things I'm gonna miss about Alaska. Just how simple it is, that anything you want, you have to make happen. You know, everything is a reflection of you, and therefore, if you succeed, it's because of your own work.
At the mouth of the bay, the Wise family's racked with worry. The threat of cancer scares everyone.
This morning we were sitting around at breakfast, and Dad told us that he had found a lump on one of his testicles. And I was just scared. We're up here in Alaska. We're in a really remote location. The weather today is blowing gale force winds, raining, and if something happens, you know, we're out here alone.
I'm gonna try to get hold of the doctor.
Dennis uses one of the Alaska experiment producer's satellite phones to call his doctor back home in Kansas City.
Hello? Is this Doctor? Okay, I'm calling from up in Alaska, and today I'm concerned because I've discovered a lump on my left testicle. No, I have not. I'm in a pretty remote location. They'd have to pull me out and fly me to a couple cities before I could be able to see a doctor. Okay. So as long as nothing changes on it right now, I shouldn't be worried about it unless I get a fever or redness or anything like that. Okay, well, thank you very much.
The doctor tells Dennis to rest easy.
It alleviates my fear.
Judging from the description of the lump, he doesn't think it's cancer. Whatever it is can wait until the Wise family finishes their Alaska adventure.
He said to keep an eye on it. We'll have a check when I get back, but at this point, I'm probably okay.
Dad talked to the doctor, and the doctor basically said not to worry about it for right now. And I think that, you know, having talked to a doctor and everything, it's definitely worth staying here and finishing this out. We're in the final stretch, and Dad will never give up on anything. He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight it, and he's gonna win.
Up on Hawkins Glacier, there are now 5 people to feed, but only food enough for 2. Greg and Tim set out again on another ptarmigan hunt.
First hunt was a big goose egg, didn't go too well. So I wanted to do another hunt again.
Ptarmigan are notoriously hard to see. The 1-pound birds are white, and out here on fields of snow, they're nearly invisible.
If you look at reasons why there was never humans here, there's a bunch of different factors. The biggest being the ruggedness of the area here, but the food source thing is also another factor. There's quite a few animals around here that make a pretty decent meal, but they live up in this stuff up here.
They discover some tracks and pick up the trail leading them to a field of scrub.
You see anything?
I heard him flapping his wings.
Where Greg spots the birds.
Another one. Another one. Two ptarmigans.
Nice.
Yeah.
So pretty. My own shot ptarmigan. That's awesome, dude. Sure is. Can't wait to see those things cooking up in the pan.
Oh my goodness.
They're so cool.
Poor birdie.
Big hunter. How did you had never caught anything this whole time? Were you going out one morning and
I
get
never.
two?
Well, I walked up. It was like they just. I heard one of them in the bushes, and he just ran out. And then I got him, and there's other buddy trying to take off, and I got him. He provides. Amen.
Awesome. I knew Greg was very handy. It's just coming out in different ways now. For him to go out there and really give it his all and do it, I was very proud of him for doing that. I thought carving the goat was going to be the last animal I was going to dig my hands into.
Me too. I thought I was done.
Bernice, I'm about to really gross you out. Basically, you're gonna open up the wings and you're gonna step on their shoulder blade wing things. But the first time I did it, I screamed. I was like, ah! What you're literally gonna do is you're gonna pull the feet out and rip out the guts, like that. It even pulls out the head, which is gross. It's not that I want to butcher an animal, but when it comes down to survival, someone has to clean the meat. Looks like a chicken breast.
It's easier than the goat.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome, you guys.
Well, let's go inside and warm our hands.
Back down at Icy Bay, an overnight storm dumped a foot of snow, just as Jeff and Elizabeth set out on their long journey back to civilization.
Hi.
All right. Hey.
They're leaving to be with Jeff's father, who's hospitalized with lung cancer.
Leaving the tent for the last time was just sad. We packed up all of our gear and we tidied up as best we could, and we left a note welcoming travelers or whomever may find it to stay and enjoy what we've got there. You ready?
Yep.
Just a few miles to cover.
Yeah. Jeff and I thought a while about if we wanted to kind of leave our mark in some way. We left the tent in a way that people could use it pretty easily and be able to find the resources they need.
Did you keep your compass handy?
Yep.
Once we clear this edge forest, it'll be better.
They're hiking several miles east to a broad stretch of beach to meet a bush pilot who will fly them to Anchorage.
I'm anxious to get back and see how my dad's doing. Hopefully he'll be in good enough shape to still have conversations and laugh. I would love nothing more. Got it?
Yep. Jeff and I's relationship has changed significantly since being here in Alaska. Jeffrey? Are you okay?
Yeah, I've got a fairly decent hole.
Where are you at?
I'll work around toward you.
Back in civilization, it would take forever to get to know someone as well as I know Jeff in the short time that we have really been together. Now that we're at the end of the experience, Jeff and I are a much stronger pairing. I think we're breaking out to some beach here.
Yeah.
See the coast?
I do. There he is.
Hello!
That's not bad timing. I don't know where he's gonna land, but we should probably stay off the runway here. Cool. Perfect.
Good job. Wow. That's a small plane.
Yeah. Hard to believe.
This is us. You can barely see the tent. The vestibule's all covered with snow.
Oh, yeah?
You see the little dark hole where the opening to the vestibule was.
You can see the trees line.
Yeah.
Welcome. Please stay and use this tent and all you find here. We built this place with the tools in the corner in the fall of 2007. There is good water in the creek, wood by the stove, and a bed to rest your weary head. If you need it, use it. If you can spare it, leave it. If you can cut some, add some wood to the pile. If it's broken, fix it. Please leave this place as you found it or improve it so that others may find refuge here and enjoy this incredible place. Jeff and Elizabeth, The Alaska Experiment.
Up at Hawkins Glacier, Greg and Bernice have made a decision about the Flower Lake Trio. The five of them gather in the tiny cabin to have a talk.
Yeah, you guys, you walk such a long way to come here and visit us. And, if you don't feel like you want to make that trip back, which I wouldn't want to make the trip back because it's super dangerous, you're welcome to stay here with us as long as you want.
Yeah, if it was like my brother and my sister making this journey up, and they came and made this journey the whole way, and they went through all the terrain that you guys went on in this just like epic journey, I wouldn't want them to go anywhere, and that's how I feel with you guys. I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to just be safe and stay.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
No, it's just family, man. That's what happens. We've kind of accepted them as like part of our family. I think because of our common bond of what we're going through, we instantly have become, brothers and sisters.
It will be an incredible strain on all of them to find enough food, water, and wood to survive. But they've just shot 2 ptarmigan, and the 5 sit down to celebrate a late Thanksgiving.
Everyone's just participating and doing their piece and contributing.
Hey boys, Thanksgiving dinner's ready.
Greg took it upon himself to go out and see if he could find some ptarmigan. Tim joined Greg on that hunting effort, and then the ladies stepped in and cleaned it, prepared it. So my contribution is cooking.
What do we got going on here? Oh my God.
Wow, looks great, Alan. It looks as good as it looks.
This is probably the most interesting Thanksgiving dinner.
Made with love, man. That's a special, that's the secret ingredient right there.
Made with love?
Greg and Bernice are amazing people. They're so hospitable to have opened the doors up to us the way they have.
Very welcome.
Just been about being with friends. That's what's been most important to me, And I'm with some great friends here, and I honestly consider them part of my family now.
You gotta taste the ptarmigan. All right, cheers, big ears.
I am very thankful.
All right, happy
Greg and Bernice were so open and willing to share not only their resources with us, but their experiences with us.
Thank you so much for this Thanksgiving dinner. It's awesome.
You guys lifelong friends already.
And once again, thank you for the hospitality. Thank you. I know it was hard and just gnarly and just miserable, but
And worth every step.
we're really happy you guys came out.
You know what, despite all the hardship that we've been through, I just like to say I'm thankful for being here. I'm thankful for having met new friends. I'm thankful for having kept an old friend. I'm thankful for getting back home. Looking forward to getting back home and reconnecting with my family. And I'm sure as we all are, and whatever adventures await.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
4,000 miles and a world away from Alaska, Jeff and Elizabeth touch down in New York so they can be with Jeff's ailing father.
Crazy. I was in shock. My head was spinning. All the fear and regret. My big fear was that I'd get here and you know, there wouldn't be you know, the dad that we've all known.
Looks very much like a hospital.
Yes, it does.
So did you have a good time?
Yeah. Yeah, we did. It was great.
Let's see what your hair looks like.
It's long.
Oh, it is?
Oh, it's not as long as I thought. It's only down to his shoulders.
Well, it was very short when I went. I had it cut down to...
Nothingness?
Yeah. Seeing him for the first time is very different from the mental image you paint in your head. And just relief to see him smile, to see him sitting up and happy to see me.
I appreciate you.
Reneging on my promise?
Yeah. Actually, yes. I do. Yeah. Now you realize. I know we missed you.
Well, I'm glad. We got on the phone. You know, we had that conversation and you told us what was going on. And it was, you know, it was a pretty rapid spiral for us, you know, thinking about the reality of it. You know, it's so easy to sit here in September and say, well, this is what we'll do.
Yeah.
But then, you know.
Because we're sitting on the deck.
Because we're sitting on the deck, right.
Everybody's having a great time.
Everyone's having a great time, eating barbecue and, right. So when faced with the actual, you know, the actual decision, it was not so clean cut or analytical. I told him flat out that, you know, I'm really sorry that I haven't been here. And he was like, you know, blew it off. You had to go. He goes, but I'm really glad you made the decision to come back early. He thanked my mother. He thanked my mother for the Christmas present, getting me home. So I think he really loved it.
Next time on the Alaska experiment,
What do I see?
the volunteers say goodbye to Alaska.
Toward the river. I just need more air.
But there's one last challenge, getting out alive.
You okay?
And each one questions whether they'll return home different from when they left.
I'm actually petrified about what's in store.
3 months in this remote and unforgiving land comes to an end when the Alaska experiment returns.
Oh, God, it's